Let's see what happens. Coming into this match, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Kerrigan for Ranish. Or Frennick on Dahaka. Strife Crow, I'm going to assume, as always, seems to want to play Vorazun as he's running around here. Yep, on the Vorazun. Let's see what happens. One gas, and no gas for Ranish, actually, which is kind of surprising. Normally we see Ranish with that gas pretty quick. Pretty quick. Ranish is going to be playing the Kerrigan already with the micro. Now the Kerrigan micro early is always going to be pretty good because you can stack it up with look at this, the double boost back. Is able to get this get the primals up here to attack, trying to keep this Kerrigan alive as long as possible to help these waves. Probably needs to jump back again, and one more time, maybe. Nope, just gonna let it happen. Try to control mid. Now that is actually pretty smart. Letting that die up here is better than actually jumping back one more time, because that's going to give over mid control a little bit earlier. So they're going to give up mid control anyway, but now it's just a little bit earlier. So they're going to be going against Dahaka, Alarak, and Kerrigan. Kerrigan, Alarak, and Dahaka versus Kerrigan, Dahaka, and Vorazun. On the production tab, we do see that we do have red here. That Strife Crow loves to drop these two really early. Actually, this is a really cool. So this strategy here, they're dropping two refineries pretty early, and then they're letting the micro on Kerrigan carry them upwards. It's very interesting. Orange. Orange, interestingly enough, is going for these supplicants in the very back. That's pretty interesting here. We do have a Ranish looking to go up to tier 2, dropping a lot of Zerglings with that tier 2, probably going to get some Hydralisks. Sadako trying to hold up here. Frennick is trying to put on the pressure though with Dahaka. Here are the DTs. The DTs we have known Strife Crow to be building. Loves playing the Vorazun. Loves getting these cloaked units, which do so much damage. So much damage. And we do see here, we are going to have Yellow. Yellow is going to be going up into the... Let's go ahead and take a look at Frennick. Let's look at Ranish. Ranish here in mid, watching his wave carefully. Seeing what do I need to be doing here. Goes back here, let's see. So he's building right now on the Zerglings. This is his perspective right here. He's gonna build a few more Zerglings. Now he actually did go up to tier 2, so it'd be interesting to see if he's gonna build anything else. Let's go down to our tier 2 player here. Tier 2 player, this is Sadako's viewpoint as he's watching mid here. Gets, and we can see the upgrades here. Immediately goes for the Zerg buff to life and the Carapace. Gonna try and make these Zerglings last a little bit longer, but it's gonna be really difficult when you're going up against DTs. That's for sure. Let's go over to Frennick, see how Frennick's doing. Actually, let's go to Ranish's view here. Here's the attacking power here on the front. Dahaka with the pull. Great pull from Hunter on toss. Let's go ahead and zoom out here, give ourselves a little bit more perspective. What a whirlpool! That's gonna give them so much power and damage. That is so good. What a play. What a play there. That's gonna give Dahaka a lot of power to get through Alarak, to bust through, to take mid control. And remember, they gas. This team gasses very strong. Ranish on 2, Frennick on 2, Strife Crow on 3. Loves getting that gas, loves being able to keep that working. Hunter on toss. They're able to get through these just because of the sheer damage. You can detect them, but it doesn't matter if you can't kill them. That's gonna be Ranish out in front. Nice little dodge here. Do they do one more dodge? Nope, they're gonna use the leaping strike. They got the mutas up here. The mutas are going to help out a little bit here, I think. Zoom in and see. Primal Worm, not going to do too much. These mutas actually get absolutely rolled. Dahaka here for Hunter on Toss is locking this up. We do see tier 2 going to be popping up here for Orange over on the right side. Looking at the upgrades, we got 3 on tier 2, soon to be 4. Frennick trying to play the Dahaka and get these Hydras to put out a lot of damage. This Dahaka is slowly going down, but soaking quite a bit, letting these Stalkers in the back line get a little bit of control. The Corsairs from Strifecrow are now going to come in. They're going to be able to cast down the Disruption Web after he gets that upgrade in. There it is. This is going to let these get a lot of damage. These DTs are going to be putting out massive amounts of damage because they aren't going to be able to be attacked, but Sadako has gone Lurker. And look at the push. The push and the power. Is Team Old Guard going to be able to hang on to this because the push is coming down the other way? Coming up towards mid. So far, Kerrigan not able to deal with this Dahaka. Look at this Dahaka just running this over right now. Not able to do anything about it. This is pressure going to be happening against the Old Guard. Excuse me, not something we were expecting, actually. Not expecting anything coming against the Old Guard. A strong team, showing strong performances so far in this tournament and the previous one as the winners. All right, moving forward here. We got the Corsairs. We have the Mutalists here actually going to be putting on some damage. Trying to make it happen. Let's see, we have a Dahaka actually going to be putting on a little bit of damage here. Now, all these Hydralisks are going to be able to stay on the back line. Are they going to be able to actually do the damage? Yes. Now, Ranish, I think, is going to just sell out on these. He's going to sell out on the Mutas, hoping that the Mutas can eventually get powerful enough. The Brood Mutalisk is a very powerful unit for Kerrigan if you get them in mass. We have the Void Rays on the left. Here we go. Is Alarak going to be able to hold on? Now, Alarak sometimes is not able to actually do too well, but Frennick is going to be able to hold on. Frennick is going to be able to hold on, but Alarak needs a lot of supplicants to be able to stay alive. And that's exactly what Frennick is taking advantage of. He's getting a nice little concave. You can see it wrapping around the edges, and that's getting these supplicants on the sides to go ahead and take a little bit more damage. And once you can get the supplicants out of the way, Alarak seems to drop pretty fast. Now they have a stack. When you get Primal Hydralisk behind Corsairs and Cloaked, these DTs doing so much work, getting through these, finally scanning to get through those. But now here comes the tough part. You have, can Kerrigan deal with Dahaka? This is the linchpin right now of this matchup. Everything is holding on. Everything is rotating on this, and there it is finally. Look at the amount of damage these Mutalisks do. Absolutely outstanding. They shred through that army. But now you got to be careful. You got Alarak coming up. Actually, these are not dying too fast. These Mutas might actually survive and stack up in the next wave. Smart play from Brash to start stacking up the Mutas, and this is going to give them power to maybe get back on this push. They are doing so well here, making the flippening, as it were. And so far, the mid control going over to them. Let's check the gas real quick. We got 2 gas here, 2 gas here, and 2 gas here. 2 gas for every member of Siberian Virgin. We got 3. We got 3. And we got 2. Strifecrow, surprisingly, actually has not gone. Oh, I'm sorry, and 3. 3, 3, and 3. Why did I think that was 2? The brain is a weird, weird animal, ladies and gentlemen. Ranish up here in the front. The problem is these lurkers have been doing a lot of work here. Hunter on Tosh is trying to put these primal worms up here so they can soak, and they're doing exactly that. They're going to go underneath, but these Hydras are going to do a lot of damage to these Mutalisks. Are the Mutalisks going to be able to finally get the kill? No, Dahaka going to soak. And now look at these lurkers putting a lot of damage in here on the back line of Frennick for these Hydralisks, trying to keep these things up. But this is going to be a nice little vortex here, trying to make it so that this Dahaka is going to go down for free. But you got Alarak here using the supplicants to try to stay alive as long as possible. Primal Roach is coming out as well for Frennick, trying to get something on the front line to soak for this. But mid control has actually gone back over to Siberian. Team Siberian has managed to take mid-control back, and so far this is a really back-and-forth match. We are coming up to the 10-minute mark where the 4th gas is going to become available, and neither team has gotten a bunker. Might be the first time we've actually seen a game on stream for this tournament where a bunker hasn't gone down by this point in the match. Got all the lurkers here. 3 lurkers in mid. Oh my god, that fire from Dahaka, the fire ability absolutely crushes all those Zerglings in one shot. But Ranish, he says, it doesn't matter, I've taken to the air. I've taken to the air. Strife Crow still with some air units available, and if we're noticing anything, is that the air may be a weak point here for Team Siberian. They gotta be careful. The Corsairs are going to drop these disruption webs that are going to force all these units to move forward a little bit more than they want to. Alarok using the supplicants to try to stay alive as long as possible, but the amount of damage coming out from these Hydras is just too much, and they're going to swing this back in their favor. Putting the damage on the right side. 2 Havocs are cloaked and are not detected. They got to do something about that. Strife Crow says, I got you. Look at all the oracles. All these oracles are going to do absolute work to all these units on the ground. This combination from Strife Crow is so good. They're going to be able to come up here and put pressure on the bunker. Lurkers down below. Are they going to finally die? Are they going to stay alive and start to stack? It looks like this one might actually stay alive. One stays alive. That is going to be a nice little stack, a little bit extra damage coming down the back line. When you get that a +3 range, they can really reach pretty far. Ranish still in the air with the Hydras and doing quite well, actually. How is Kerrigan still alive? Dahaka soaking quite well. We do see tier 2 finally coming up here for Frennick. Frennick has not decided to go tier 2 on Dahaka. You can actually stay on tier 1 for quite a while. You have a nice ample, you can get just about any kind of unit that you'll need. You can get roaches, you can get Hydras, you can get Lings. You can get Ravasaurs. Dahaka putting on pressure. 4 gases for Ranish. Still the 3 and 3, but Ranish says, yo, we can do this. 2 to 2 to 2 gases on the other side. This is something that Team Old Guard really puts to use. They move forward with their income. They say as long as we can control mid for even a portion of the time as they're putting some pressure on this cannon, a lot of these buildings going down, these oracles are staying alive quite longer than you might think they would. They're a very soft and squishy unit up in the air, but not a lot to deal with them right now. All the ground goes down, but Ranish says, yo, I got mutas, bro. What do you got? And he puts on so much pressure. This Dahaka goes down pretty quick. Is he going to be able to get some ulterior damage to the photon cannon? Alarok soaking up quite a bit of these supplicants, soaking up all the damage here from these mutas, just trying to stay alive. But the power from all these Hydras is going to come in finally. Impalers are going to come down from Frennick. These are very strong lurker type units, but they only hit 1 target. They're going to be on the back line, putting in a lot of damage. They could actually go for this cannon. Cannon has finally been scratched. A little bit of an itch. But alas, itch healed. We put a bandage on those. You can see here, dropping some wards. Trying to get these wards down. Those are going to be really annoying to get through. Now damage to the photon cannon is direct. Down to 6, down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, and it is done! Team Old Guard have taken down the bunker in the semi-final match, trying to make it to their 2nd finals back-to-back. Will they be able to hold on? Strife Crow is letting these things live far too long. Look at these Corsairs. Dropping down a little bit of a disruption web just to be annoying. All of these mutas are just getting bonus damage at this point because this is the wave that's actually coming in here for Frennick that's going to be doing some significant damage. They're starting to stack up. They need to get some primal worms up here to detect on some of these havocs on the side. It looks like that's exactly what happens. Actually, the detector from Ranish is still alive. I don't know how. And finally, the Kerrigan on the other team says, yo, we need to get rid of that, and is going to use the consumption here to get rid of that for some minerals. Extra income coming in. They're trying to push into the back nexus. Are they going to be able to do it? This is a really strong line here, but they're doing it. These lurkers are not enough. Is this going to be Strife Crow? Look at all the oracles. Are you kidding me, Strife Crow? He has so many oracles, and the use of that is insane. They're going to get right on top of the nexus. Will they be able to do some damage? They are killing all these units so fast. Will they be able to actually put some damage onto this nexus? It looks like they are tickling it a little bit, but the hold will exist. They are going to hold, and they will maybe be able to bounce this back. We will have to see. It's going to be Ranish coming in with all these mutas. These mutas have been doing so much damage, and now all the rock soaking up all the damage from these mutas, killing all these supplicants to try to stay alive. It's just not enough. And now these are going to be able to move forward, but the Nexus is going to be able to take some pop shots, does a lot of damage, it's going to be able to kill these. That's exactly what happens. We're going to see if Frennick can push through with the Impalers, with the upgrades on these Hydras, trying to move forward. These lurkers have been doing nice damage from the back, trying to stack, and now Big Fat Lady has dropped a bunch of these Wrathwalkers, doing great single target damage. Actually, incredible single target damage. Is it gonna be enough? Strife Crow. Gonna deal with these, no problem. Just gotta deal with this wave. If they can move through this wave and do some damage to the Nexus, that's going to be the start of the end, but it does not look like that's going to happen. Is this going to start moving the other direction? All I know is these are living far too long. They need some detection. Where's the Primal Worm for Hunter on toss? Where is the Primal Worm? Strife Crow with some disruption webs. It's going to be enough to cause some problems. We see Ranish now going up into the air, trying to stack these up for the tier 3. These are doing quite a bit of damage. Tier 3 being researched for Frennick at this point, maybe going into the Creeper Hosts. Could go for the Creeper Host or the Primal Guardians. Either way, getting some siege units at the back for Dahaka is going to be clutch. Are they going to be able to hold on here? Sadako, is going to put some mutas up into the air, try to deal with all of these Hydras. And it looks like it's doing a pretty good job combined with the Lurkers. Is it going to be enough, though? Are they going to be able to actually hold on? It's going to be Hunter on toss with the Haka, coming through against Strife Crow. Oh, Strife Crow with all the disruption webs. All those disruption webs are going to mean a dead army. Is this going to be it? Has Strife Crow just stratted this out? Is it going to be enough? No, not enough damage in the air, actually, to get through everything required. But they are keeping them at bay. And as you'll notice here, 4 gas, 3 gas, 4 gas against 2, 2, 2. Pressure here from Ranish. Using the Broodlord's range to try to get some siege stack and get some damage for free. Free units are pretty good. At least that's the word on the street. And here I called it. Primal Guardians coming in from Frennick. Didn't want to go for the Creeper Host. Let's keep that stuff in the air. Gonna start to get the range from the Primal Guardian. Is it going to be able to stay alive, though? The problem right now for Frennick is he's not able to keep his ground army alive because the mutas here, the Brood Mutalisks from the Kerrigan player on the other team, Sadako, is doing the damage required to try to keep this back. Strife Crow coming in, trying to get rid of this entire army. All these disruption webs are so savage. They stop the entire army from attacking. Is this finally the point where they're going to put some damage on this Nexus? It is. Are they going to be able? How much damage can they do? It's going to be down to 1988. Great year. Year of the Dragon, if I remember correctly. Broodlords, 6 of them coming up. Can't attack the air. They need something in front, though. They gotta need something in front to tank. Otherwise, they're just going to be taking a whole bunch of damage themselves. All these Wrathwalkers are going to be very miserable to try to get through. These Wrathguards are doing a lot of work. They can attack the air. You got to remember, Wrathguards are not limited. They do not operate like normal Colossus. They are single target, but high damage. Over 100 damage per shot. And they can attack the air as well after you get the upgrade. Frennick, stacking Primal Guardians. This is what did it last time. Last time they stacked these Primal Guardians, it was able to shoot from afar and do massive damage to the Nexus. Right now it's Old Guard on the doorstep, continuing to push. Will there be enough in the tank of our defending team right here? Hunter on toss, Big Fat Lady, and Sadako are doing their best to try to hold this off. This is a very good hold here as far as holds are concerned. These Corsairs not actually able to get the damage required. It'll be interesting to see what he's going to go. He is just keeping it in the air. How many Corsairs? Holy smokes. Making it. Here's a use. Don't know if it was actually the best use. But it was a use. A use of the Vortex. And nothing happens. It goes absolutely nowhere. But these Broodlords are staying alive. This could be exactly what they needed. The Broodlords, can they get something in front to tank for them? No, they are all dead except this one on the side. Looks like it might go down any second. Frennick trying to come up here. the siege is just not stacking here. This is the problem for Team Old Guard. They are unable to break, and if these stacks start to get going, the flippening will occur, and this will start moving the other direction. They've got to be careful. But Strife Crow has so much utility in his army, he deals with this no problem. All these lurkers are starting to stack. The upgrades are pretty insane. You see 2-2 upgrades here for yellow. I don't think this is accurate because it's Alarak. We got teal on 1-1, 2-2 for red, 1-2, as you can see here for blue, and it looks like a 3-3 here for Ranish. Look at how far they pushed this back. They were on the doorstep of this Nexus just a moment ago. 20 minutes down in this semifinals match. This is a best of one. This is do or die. You want to be in the finals, you got to work for it. The finals for a shot at $1,500. Right now, the fight is on for Team Old Guard, the ones who have currently hold the crown for Direct Strike champion. Whoops, sorry guys. Oh my God, my key just freaked out for a little bit. Sorry about that. Making everybody a little dizzy, huh? Why not? A lot of oracles. Interesting, going for the oracles for the damage. Gotta be able to get these lurkers down though. This is the problem. Look at this. These lurkers are able to just run away alive. That's the issue. Strife Crow is gonna have to figure something out. What was working so well so far is currently not working anymore. What is gonna be the answer? It's Dark Archons. This is exactly what he did last time. When we were watching Team Old Guard last time, it was the Dark Archons that made it happen. Are they going to be able to do the same thing this time? Look at how many mutas are here. These are going to be one-shotting things in range if they can make it up there that far. We have some Tauras coming in here to try to soak to get these Broodlords to stack up with a back wave. If these stacks can start to happen, they've recognized the problem. The problem is they do not have enough soak in the front line to try to keep all these siege units in back alive and well. The soak is happening on the back. Sorry for the frame loss, guys, but hey, this is what happens at Direct Strike when you get to this point. This actually might just be it. They might have broken the line. They might have just done it. Will Team Old Guard be repeating in the finals? Yes, they will be back-to-back finalists. Team Old Guard making it happen just before the 25-minute mark before we get to those tier 4 upgrades at Strife, Crow, Freddick, and Ranish. Up in the finals, back to